Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the EEARSS Podcast, produced by Terrier TV. I am Frank. He are Bill.
Yes, he are Bill. Yes.
How's it going,
Yes,
Bill?
Frank Alligator Rob.
It's true. It's not always alligators. Sometimes it's crocodiles.
Sometimes, okay.
Just five times. Just 5 times. Well, 5 times in the United States, it's crocodiles.
Okay. But in Belize.
In Belize, it can be Crocodile Rob. That'd be fair.
Crocodile Rob.
Or Crocodile Marissa.
There we go. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's ever called her Crocodile Marissa. I've heard her called the Croc Lady.
The Croc Lady? Okay.
But I've never heard her called Crocodile
Is that
Marissa.
because of the shoes she wears?
Normally she's like me. Normally she's barefoot
Okay,
or in
well,
flip-flops. But
Okay.
I
Doesn't wear Crocs?
I wonder if she's ever wore a pair of Crocs.
See, there you go.
I can't do it. I understand they're super
can't-
comfortable.
There's something about them with me as well. I cannot. I've never even tried them. It's like, no.
Exactly. I've
not
never
gonna
tried
do
a pair on. I don't know that I ever will.
My daughters think they're super comfortable. I'm like, no.
Although, Croc, just so you know, we would be more than happy to have a sponsorship by you. We're not dissing you like that.
That's right.
If you
yeah.
sponsor our program, I'll be more than happy to wear a pair of Crocs for the rest of my life. So just put that
There you
out
go.
there.
It's out there.
Yeah. Anyhow,
Yeah.
just going to say it to say it.
Sure.
I'm not going to even talk about the other part, but
No.
it's not even worth discussing. Today's been a day, Bill.
It has.
Yesterday was the eclipse here.
Yes.
So what was that like on school campus?
Well, they wouldn't. Everybody had to be inside. We have 3 lunches, and the third lunch wasn't allowed to leave the cafeteria.
These are young adults.
These are young adults.
These are young
These are
adults
people-
that should know if there's a danger there, what's going on. And
These are people that we allowed to drive vehicles to and from the campus.
but we're worried about them staring
and
into
we're
the sun.
worried about them staring at the sun.
Is it true a chicken can drown in the rain?
I think
Because they'll look up into it.
think that's a turkey.
Is that true though?
I think so. Yes. Yeah. Turkeys will look up.
So they're saying the students are
and
turkeys. Is
then-
that what
oh
they're
yeah.
saying?
Oh my goodness.
They're
That's
turkey
what they
students.
say.
Okay.
And so I told everyone that I could fine. Don't stare at the sun.
Did you?
Oh yeah, I said it. My class, I dismissed them for the day.
Oh my
I said,
gosh.
"Good day, class. Have a good day. Don't stare at the sun."
I don't think I had a pair of sunglasses on all day yesterday, but you know what? I was never tempted to stare at the sun.
No,
It's very
neither was
interesting,
I.
Bill. Huh.
But I will tell you what did happen. There was some students who had the eclipse glasses. The special.
Which I kept hearing about, yes.
Yeah, those glasses, and so some of them would be outside and they would be looking up at the sun, and that would cause your natural curiosity to go, "Oh, maybe I should look up at the sun." But if you don't have those special glasses, you should not be looking at the sun. And so, anyway, so 2045, 2040, August of 2045, full eclipse going through Florida.
Interesting.
I'll be 82 years old. We'll see if I can make it.
Okay. Yeah, I hope I'm here 20 years from now.
Yeah.
There's no telling. None of us know the answer to that.
No.
It could be about 20 seconds from now, couldn't it?
Yep.
It's another one of those things that's way above our pay grade.
Indeed.
Oh, Lord. So I had an idea when
Okay.
when I came in today. I thought it might be kind of interesting to check in on some of our previous podcast guests and just randomly call them and see what they're up to.
Okay.
It's a very daring idea because you never really know what you're going to catch somebody
yeah.
at.
This is like a radio station kind of thing.
Exactly.
This is a shock jock.
Do we
thing.
tell them they won a contest?
Oh, there we go. Yeah. we
Tell them they won something. What can we give them? A hair tie? We can give them a hair tie. I'm holding a hair tie.
This is
This
is the EEARSS Podcast calling you. You've won.
So it's funny that the Adjust the Mic podcast has prank called me twice.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, so they got some kind of dialing machine or something that they go
Okay.
onto some website and they type in your number and it gives them a spoof number and they call you and it's like one of them was why do you keep calling my wife or something like that? It was
Okay.
There was something like that and this machine tries to get an argument with you.
Right.
But as soon as I heard the voice, I'm like, that's not a person. And I'm like, this is Scott. This is Scott Geiser.
Okay.
And I knew immediately who it was, and I started laughing, and I couldn't stop laughing, so I probably ruined the entire prank for him. And that was maybe 3 months ago, and a couple of weeks ago, I got a call, and this very strange person on the other end of the line from a number a 321 number, so of course you're going to answer it.
Sure, yeah, there you go.
And it's this fella telling me asking me why I was stealing his Wi-Fi.
Okay.
And I said, well, I don't use Wi-Fi on my phone, so why would I be stealing your Wi-Fi? And then I heard the next thing he said, and I went, computer recording. It's Scott. 100%. I know who it is. And I literally said, yeah, good try, Scott. It's not going to work. And the recording kept going, and I just kept saying random things just to see what it would say.
Right.
But it was pretty good. And in listening to their podcast, they actually did get a few people to get very upset at the machine.
Okay.
I'm like, man, pull it together, guys. It's
well, you know.
But can you imagine? Okay, a real person calls you and says, "Hey, you flattened all 4 of my tires. Why'd you do that?" Or something along those lines.
Okay.
Nope, wasn't me. Thanks. Have a nice day.
So
what are you gonna do? Hang up, or are you gonna argue with? Or are you gonna argue with it?
You say that, but you don't know. I mean, I might have flattened a bunch of people's tires this week.
I'm sure they had it coming, Bill.
Maybe I then feel guilty about it, and so when they call it up, I want to justify myself. I could try that, but no, probably not.
I can see the argument. I totally understand the argument because there's probably a lot of people that deserve it.
Could be, I guess. What do you really deserve that? I mean, flattening your tires.
Oh, now we're getting all philosophical.
There we are.
Yes, this is true. What do we really deserve? Not a whole lot of anything, probably.
I had a nail in my tire this last week.
Did you really?
Yeah, and it was a really slow leak, and I took it to the guy to fix it, and he pulled it out. The thing was like, he said, I'm surprised it went all the way through. It was like a half an inch long. It was just long enough to barely make it into the
That's
tire.
hilarious. So do you go to Frank's, Firestone, Fire Tire, Long's? Trying to think. There's a fifth one.
I go to Long's.
Goodyear. Do you go to Long's?
I go to Long's, yeah.
It's pretty much all we have around here in the
thing
tire world.
The thing about Long's is that, it's family owned.
Indeed.
Family owned.
As is Frank's down there in Cocoa Village.
Okay.
Yep.
But it's up by my house.
Nice.
And
you're right. It is right on the street, isn't it?
Yeah, right down there. And I tell you what, my kids all, went to Oak Park Elementary and all rode their bikes past there and walked past there. And they can tell you all kinds of stories about them fixing kids' bike. Kid taking his bike back from school or going to school, and the guys at Long Tire take care of their bike. Something happened to their bike, they'd fix it. And so that goes a long way with me. I mean, it's like, okay, you're going to do that. If I got a problem, I'm going to go to you. That's where I'm going to spend my money.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Miss Long runs that place now, yes?
Yes, she does. Yep.
Yeah, she might be an interesting podcast guest.
She could be, yeah. That was, because she has an interesting story.
She does.
I mean, because she did not start off in the tire business.
No, by no means.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of chats with her. Yeah, all the places I either go there, or I go to Frank's in Cocoa Village.
Okay.
I don't go unless I have to get an alignment or something. I don't go anywhere else.
Right.
That's always nice to buy local and shop local. And yeah, I digress. Let me digress ahead of time. Can I digress ahead of time?
You can digress to your heart's content.
I appreciate that, Bill.
Yep.
That's one of the many things I appreciate about you, buddy. All right, so who should we call first? Ooh, okay. I'm just gonna call somebody.
Okay.
Let's just call somebody and see what happens.
Call somebody.
Ooh, do we dial the actual numbers so we hear the numbers come across the thing?
Here we go.
Ooh, yep. Let's see. Let's call this guy. Let's see how this goes.
Okay.
Should be ringing.
There we go.
This is it. Hey, Rick, how are you doing?
What's going on, bro?
Rick, you are live on the EEARSS Podcast. We just wanted to say howdy and see how things are going for you, buddy.
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing?
We're doing good. We're Cindy-less currently, so we're a little bit sad, but we are making it.
My niece.
Yep, we're Cindy-less.
Well,
currently.
she had to work, something about putting bread on the table and all that kind of
Oh my
stuff.
gosh, so very cool. I appreciate you guys calling in, man. It was an honor to be on.
Yeah, Rick. So it's funny. Me and you were chatting. Was it last week? I think we got together last week.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
We've been working on this idea for Cocoa Village for September the 7th, and you've been digging into it. You've got a lot of cool things, a lot of cool ideas, and even a name for this thing. So tell us about what this thing is and what it's called and what we're doing.
Absolutely, man. Well, you and I will be hosting the EcoQuest 2024, man. It's like a fusion of environmental activism and pop culture. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be down at the Cocoa Village Convention Center, and like you said, it's going to be Saturday, September 7th, and it's going to be going on from 10 to 5, and it's going to be everything that you can think of eco and also for pop culture. You're going to be doing a panel. We're going to be doing a cosplay panel or something along those lines. There's going to be dealer rooms. There's going to be games going on. Magic the Gathering. We'll be doing WarHammer, Dungeons and Dragons. And I think we're also going to be there's a new game that's going to be coming out, and we're going to be demoing that game before the release. That's going to be really cool. So, yeah, all kind of fun things.
Oh, man, that's awesome. EcoQuest. Yeah. I flippin' love it. That is the coolest name for an event ever.
Yeah.
That's
I know we should do a comic book called EcoQuest.
Really?
The Adventures of Alligator Rob.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, my garage. Hilariousness. That would actually be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool.
And we're working on a lot of different things. A lot of events going on too. I mean, we're hoping to do somewhat of a scavenger hunt, around Cocoa Village. Again, there will be a cosplay contest, the panel rooms, and we're still in the planning stages. But it's we only got 6 months, so we got to plan this puppy and get it going.
No doubt about it. If people want to learn more about it, you're going to have this up on your website, yeah?
Yeah. It should be this week at the latest next week. But yeah, we're working on hard getting that up. We got the verbiage for it. We just got to be able to get it up there.
And we're looking for vendors for this also, correct?
Yeah, we're looking at about 40 vendors. We're going to try to put an artist alley in there also. I got to look at the floor plan for that. But yeah, a lot of fun stuff with this.
Yeah, we'll have room for that with no doubt. That'll be a flippin' blast.
Cool.
It's going to be a good time.
Rick,
had by all.
Man, you are on it, buddy. You are on it. A random call. Rick picks it up and knows the answers to the entire world, man.
Wow.
This has all the answers in the world.
You should see my bald head, man. It's all sweaty now. I'm like, oh my God, I'm on the spot. I got to remember all this stuff.
All right, Rick. I know it's work time there. You're still you still probably got business coming in and out. Up there at the Infinite Mushroom. You're doing what tonight?
Absolutely. No, we're here till 7 o'clock tonight. So new comic book day. So it's always a fun day.
Awesome. Thank you so much, buddy. We really appreciate you. And yeah, we're gonna be catching up again here soon.
Sounds great. Appreciate y'all calling.
All right.
Y'all be good.
Thanks, Rick.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye.
Rick from the Infinite Mushroom having the answers right off the.
Yeah.
It's not easy being thrown into something like
No,
that and
it's
just
not.
automatically being on the
Just
spot
boom.
and getting
having
it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was all right.
Should we try another one of those?
We can.
Let's try
If you
one more of
want.
those.
You wanna try
Let's
that?
try one more of those.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Who are you thinking?
Again, the guy who harasses me with random calls. I think we should harass him with a random call.
There we go.
That's a pretty easy one. His name.
Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Gotta turn the microphone on and see.
There we go. This fella's name is Scott Geiser. He is the host of the Adjust the Mic podcast.
So he's the guy that you were just talking about that was prank calling you?
Yes, indeed.
Oh.
Well, I can't prank call him from
No,
my
you
own
can't.
number.
No, you
It doesn't work that way.
No.
Let's see if he answers first, and then we'll give him a hard
see.
time.
Hello, this is Scott.
Hey, Mr. Scott, how are you doing? This is Frank Alligator Rob and Bill Curtis calling from
Hey,
the EEARSS
guys.
Podcast. How's it going, bub?
Doing great, man. How y'all doing?
Pretty good. Is it weird, Scott, being on the other end of one of these calls for a change? Or should I have told you
No.
that I was still in your Wi-Fi and I wanted to know what the answers were?
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Oh.
You like caught me, man. Like I was trying to get you, man. It did not work very well.
Oh, that was the hardest I've laughed in quite a while. I was telling Bill about that before we just jumped on here with you. That it was well planned. It was well prepared. It's just I kind of know your
Frank
MO a little bit
leads
too much.
too clean a life to have taken the bait.
The best part of it is your laugh.
Oh, man.
You've done a couple voicemails to our podcast and I've captured your laugh and I actually have it as a sound click button now.
Well, that's
for our
terrifying.
show.
That's terrifying.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I've yet to hear that, but that's terrifying.
So how's everybody doing?
Doing pretty good, buddy. Yeah, we were just thought we'd try something new on the podcast, and this is actually quite a bit of fun to call and see what you've been up to and what's going on. I know the Adjust the Mic podcast is. How many episodes are you guys putting out a week now? You guys are you just
we're
doing
doing
one?
anywhere from 1 to 2 a week. There's some weeks where we're able to kind of get 2 episodes out, and it's on average 1 a week right now. I think we're at 193 if I'm not mistaken.
That's incredible.
How long have you guys
Yeah.
been doing this?
We've been doing this for years, and it's always just been for fun, and it's been where we were real hot and heavy on it for maybe for 3 or 4 or 5 months, and then it'd get up to the holidays, and we'd take a month or two off. This is like my third crew, like because we started off doing it with 3 or 4 friends from my office, actually, from where I work at John Green Logistics here in town, and we all high school friends. Thought of starting up a podcast, have some fun with it, and did it for a year. And then it kind of got shelved a little bit, and then it was Charlie and Colleen and I and my friend Joe did it for a while, and now it's me, Thad, and Colleen. Since we do it for fun, we're not doing it for money. We're not like creating commercials and trying to bring in advertising. It's kind of been fun because it's not a lot of stress. We get to kind of get all of our topics and our conversations and everything kind of splayed out into each episode as we want, and just kind of learn more than anything. It's like what I've learned over these last few years is more valuable to me than anything.
As the godfather of podcasts in the Space Coast, Scott, which you kind of are. What are some things that you wish you would have known in the very beginning that you figured out now?
You know what? I'll give this before I answer that, because that's a really good question. Is my podcast fandom came from the Tom and Dan podcast, which you've been on a few times, and out there in Orlando, and they were a part of Rural Radio 104.1, and changes in their life brought them to this platform of podcasting and doing it from home and trying something new and kind of being their own bosses in a way. And I loved every bit of that. And at first I was super scared because this is not my comfort zone. A friend of mine, Stan, here in the office, he really pushed for it, and he named it and everything. And so in saying that, what would I do different, or what do I wish I knew? It would be the marketing of it, all of the work that goes into, like, if you have a WordPress website and an RSS feed, on how to do all the metadata and how to do it correctly. That would probably be one of the biggest things. And really, the way I started, just going and buying a mixer, buying a couple microphones and putting it all together. Today's age, with all the technology, you can just buy a whole podcast, system that can do phone calls, sound drops, everything all within one, item now. And I think making it as easy as possible to kind of just be able to host your show and create content, I think the better,
It's pretty incredible, buddy.
I kind of went through like 5 or 6 different versions of, well, I'm going to use this mixer and do these mics, and we're going to set it up in this way. And the way I have it now, it's like I think I spent more time over the years changing and upgrading to where I wish I just would have known all that up front.
That's
it's good to know.
That's really good to know. No doubt about it.
You guys have the setup up there, man. You don't got nothing to worry about. You guys have an amazing setup up there, and it's like,
well, it's only 25 years of building it. So
yeah,
right,
it took a little while, yeah.
Yeah, and just the learning experience that all the kids are getting up there and everything, it's just so invaluable.
It's something unique, you know what I mean? And I know on the processing it side, and getting on the website, you were a huge help to me when I was starting that off, trying to figure out how to do it. So definitely, this podcast, it wouldn't be as smooth on all ends if it wasn't for you helping me out with that and figuring out what the heck an RSS feed was. I remember calling Scott one time and going, "Hey, Scott, it's asking me for an RSS feed. What the heck is that, man? Like, what is it asking me? It's like, this is some kind of crazy language I've never heard of." Right. And it wants me to, it's asking me for things for Apple and for iTunes and for, I'm like, what are these things and what do I do? And you were like, Frank, start with Blueberry. And when you get Blueberry all figured out, give me a call and we'll talk again. Like, but it was great advice. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Thank
appreciate
you a
that,
bunch
man.
for
And
that.
I feel like this is all just setting us up. Like right now, with all the podcasting, what is it? The last 10 years or so is where it's really been.
Yeah.
Now you hear the word podcast every day. Back then, you barely ever heard it. You'd hear some terrestrial radio or some, pirate radio type of stuff. But
Even
another
three,
5,
even
10
3
years
years
from
ago,
now,
even 3 years ago, it was still a lot more. I mean, it wasn't that it was rare, but it wasn't as often as you hear it now. Now you turn the radio on, you're hearing people with their commercials for their podcasts on the radio.
Yeah.
and you have all these platforms like your Spotify's and your Apple. They're all competing against each other to provide the best experience. So you'd want to host and focus your show on their platform. And within doing that, we're just kind of being herded through all these different podcast platforms and posting it everywhere for free because we're just trying to get that attention and everything. In the next 5-10 years, I think we're learning so much that we're setting ourselves up for like a future big success of being able to relaunch and do something in a focused, experienced way for either a profit or for a career or who knows.
Yeah, I
The
know.
options are endless.
The biggest thing for us, and you told me this early on, was consistency. Actually,
Yep.
making sure if you're going to do something, try to do it every single week at the same time and the same date. And
Right.
heck,
Mhm.
now we're this will be like episode 106 for us. And
Yeah.
it's been every Wednesday for 3 years. We'd had something go up, so which is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
It really is, and I'll even give you for the Adjust the Mic podcast for us. That has been, being consistent is one of the most important things. But then, for us, with having all those changes and having, the personnel changes and the life and not taking it so serious, making it for fun, it's been a very easy thing for us to put aside for a few weeks and not be consistent. And
Yeah.
when we're not consistent, like we'll see our downloads when we're consistent go from, maybe 50 up to like 400, 500, 600 on an episode. And then as soon as you take a few weeks off and you bounce back in, you're kind of really starting over again almost sometimes with your listener base, because it's very easy with all these different podcasts for people to just to forget about
Just
it, or
move
I
on, huh?
forgot I was really
Yeah.
watching doing
People
this
get
all the
into
time,
habits.
and now man,
Yeah, they get into
and
habits.
as soon as that habit starts, man, you get out of that loop. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's
So good
interesting.
job.
Well,
Yeah, kudos.
definitely appreciate your help with all this, and it's me and Bill had you on. I guess was it earlier this season? Scott was on.
I think it was last
Or was
this
it last?
past
Was it
year.
I think it might have been at the end of the season.
at the end of last
Yeah.
season?
End of last season, yeah. I
Okay,
think so.
well-
Yeah, we were talking about some ladybugs, and we had all kinds of stuff
Yeah.
we were talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
It was awesome.
Ladybugs are nuts, man. Like some crazy jokers. Yeah, I think I just posted today episode 30 for this season. So that's 30
Wow.
Wednesdays right there.
Right,
It's just
yeah.
crazy talk.
Wow.
It's
Yep.
crazy talk. But
It's amazing.
Scott,
It is amazing, especially with all the other things that all of you do.
no doubt. Yeah, just like you, we all got our things going on without a doubt. But buddy, I
Got that
appreciate you a bunch. Thanks
too.
for jumping on here with us. You act like you host a podcast or something for a living, to be able to jump on here and just jump into a seamless conversation like
Seems
this.
effortless.
Oh man,
It
it's great.
does
It was
seem
a surprise.
effortless.
Thanks for calling, man. It was awesome. I'm just sitting here at my desk about to close up for the day, so it was perfect timing.
All right, buddy. Have a great day. Good talking to you.
Hey, you guys too. Enjoy the show.
All right, see you, brother.
All
Bye.
right, bye.
Well, I don't know that for 2 calls to go that smoothly on just quick random calls. It's pretty
That's
neat.
pretty good.
Pretty neat. I think we should maybe stop while we're ahead, because that'd be
think so,
that'd be a pretty
yeah.
awesome way to end the podcast. Anything crazy going on this next week?
Crazy going on this?
I'm
No.
trying to think.
No, I don't think so.
I'm at Willow Lakes up in Mims/Titusville tomorrow for an educational program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
doing a program there. I think at 5:30 tomorrow. Not that this will be aired probably a few weeks from now.
Yeah,
so
it's not going to be.
do not
so
show up at
don't
Willow
show
Lakes
up at
tomorrow
Willow
at
Lakes.
5:30. And Hello Again
'Cause-
Books has something going this weekend, this Saturday. I think it's like a book fest or something. I'm going there and doing
Oh,
doing an
okay.
educational program for them. So yeah, that'll be pretty neat. But yeah, don't show up. Well, you can show up at Hello Again Books on Saturday, but I probably won't be there.
It
Just-
won't be the same Saturday.
Yeah, it will
so,
not be the same
yeah,
Saturday.
so
But
just
I do
realize that.
encourage you to go show up at Hello Again Books. It's a pretty cool place. All kinds of neat books there.
Books, yeah.
Yes, books.
See,
New books,
and
used
yes,
books, all types of books
books
at Hello Again Books.
At Hello Again Books.
They
yeah.
just started their own nonprofit.
Did they?
Yeah, I met with Amy and Mary Beth a few weeks ago, and we chatted about it.
Well, I know when they were on the show, they were talking about doing that.
They were talking. They actually pulled the trigger.
Okay.
We should probably have them back on and chat about that now that they got it started.
Yeah.
It's pretty
yeah.
neat. But all right, let's wrap this joker up. Thank you all for
Okay.
tuning to the EEARSS Podcast. You can find us on all platforms by searching EEARSS, EEARSS, Environmental, Education, Awareness, Research, Support, starting back at the thumb again, Services. So keep that in your mind. It's a long acronym, but it's a pretty cool one when you really think about it. It works out. Thank you to Edna Wilson with Celebrate Remax Aerospace for sponsoring our program. And thank you guys for tuning in and listening to us. We'll catch you all next week. Bye-bye.